Let me start with the Chelsea Paphos game. I see Paphos scoring four
Let me.
goals.
Come on. Let me- The UEFA Champions League is back after the long break, that we have had for a couple of weeks now. And there are a number of, should I say, hot games that we're expecting. Arsenal will be playing Inter Milan on Tuesday, actually. Real Madrid versus Monaco. Tottenham against Dortmund, just highlighting the big games from the week. And also on Wednesday, we'll be having Galatasaray versus Atletico Madrid, Juventus against Benfica, and Marseille will be playing Liverpool's and Slot. So we're just going to get straight into our thoughts about these games and, possible outcomes, predictions, who would score more, maybe both teams would, score something like that. And we'll be starting with Shola. Tuesday games, Wednesday games. What do you think? Do you think Arsenal will lose the momentum against Inter Milan? Or are they going to bottle it again? Or what do you think?
I
Tottenham
mean,
also. Will Tottenham do it again?
Tottenham, I wonder why you are. With Tottenham, in retrospect, I'm happy that it maybe not happy that they beat us in the Europa League final because now they are just messing up all over the place. So I wouldn't even call it like a big game, so to say. So, but let me start with Arsenal. Arsenal, Inter Milan. Arsenal, they are also leading that table for a reason. And obviously, with the stalemate that they had during the weekend, they'll be looking to bounce back from that. So, but Inter Milan, they play passionately. Serie A in general, they play passionately. They will try to also find a way to score. So for me, I would rather say this like it's a match of goals instead. I would just go with 3 or more goals in the match, and not a particular. I mean, Arsenal they are not necessarily they don't necessarily need the match. They are already top.
True.
So yeah. So yes, that's my take on that.
And the next few games, Real Madrid, Monaco, Tottenham, Dortmund.
Real
Just
Madrid,
go
Monaco. I
by.
hope that Abeloa could continue the momentum that he built with Levante. But again, Levante is not Monaco. Monaco, they are a very, very serious team. They play nicely. They have a good coach. But
With Paul Pogba sitting on the bench.
Pogba, yeah, it's not working out quite well for him with injuries again. So I really wished him well. I really wish that he could actually get back to playing football, but unfortunately, we've not seen that with Monaco. But I still see Real Madrid edging past Monaco. So I would say Madrid should win, a straight win. This is Santiago Bernabeu that we're talking about, so straight win.
Tottenham, Dortmund.
Dortmund will finish Tottenham. Tottenham right now are in a mess, in a big mess. And I just remember saying that even if we had won the the Europa League and somehow made our way to the Champions League, that it wouldn't have automatically made our season a fantastic season. And people were actually saying that it's even good that we didn't go, so that we have opportunity to rebuild, and then we come back stronger to the Champions League. And that's what you can see, that right now Tottenham does not even have the capacity to play all of these matches that they are playing right now, and it's really, really affecting them.
Anyway, let's do the Tuesday games first. Arsenal, Inter Milan, Real Madrid, Monaco, Tottenham, Dortmund. What are your thoughts?
Okay, very quickly, Arsenal, Inter Milan. Inter Milan actually needs this game more than Arsenal needs the game. And for Arsenal, it's going to be our fourth consecutive away match. Yeah, so it started from the Cups, FA Cup, Carling Cup, then Nottingham Forest in the league. Then now it's going to be Inter Milan away. It's going to be a very difficult game because we drew our last game 0-0. So I see us now narrowly winning 2-1. That's Arsenal. All Arsenal fans are currently pissed at what Arteta did, so we don't want to talk about that. So Madrid, Monaco, I see Madrid continuing their win.
Newfound form.
Yeah, their newfound
It's
form
not new. They
under
lost
their
and then they won one.
Okay.
under
Not the form.
their
Agree.
under their coach Abelo. And I see Madrid winning 2-0 because it's, of course, Madrid, they are home and Monaco is away. Then Tottenham would definitely lose 1-3 to Borussia Dortmund. Dortmund.
Definitely.
Then I see City winning Bodo Glimt 2-0. So that's it.
Brown, Tuesday. Arsenal, Inter, Madrid, Monaco, Tottenham, Dortmund.
I mean, I'll start with the Spurs game first. Spurs is currently sitting 11th on the table. They have a lot of work to do. Close, I mean, same points with Dortmund, who they are currently playing against, 11 points apiece. But Tottenham has been abysmal in all competitions. You will most likely win your bet if you bet against them as against betting for them. So I hope they are able to come out on top of this one because they need the
I don't
win more
hope
than
I don't
anything.
hope they will come
But
out
the
of the
unfortunate
window.
thing is they are poor at home when they perform. Fans booing and all that. So it's shameful. It's shameful that a Premier League club like that will be performing even the way they are performing, even after spending as much as they have. So I don't see an outright winner in this one. I see this one with lots of goals from both sides. So I see, if I were to talk about the scoreline, I would say it will be at least one goal from each side. I don't see a winner in this one. I see one goal from each side. So yeah, that's about the Tottenham game. And then when you move to Real Madrid, I mean, they currently boast the highest goal scorer in the competition in Kylian Mbappe, and then thank God Abelua is there now. He's actually playing him more. So I feel like they would also want to continue from their win against Levante, especially because they are playing at home. So they don't have a choice but to win this one as well, because at the end of the day, they are still sitting seventh. They are not entirely in the clear with 2 games to go. So they have to secure their position, their first top 8 position, by coming out on top of this. So unfortunately, Monaco hasn't been the most prolific, sitting down the table. So it's kind of difficult when players like Pogba is not even performing in the starting 11. So yeah, I see Madrid winning this one by 3-1. And then when you come to the Arsenal game, like the other speakers talked about, Arsenal may not really need the points as much, but Inter Milan in the Champions League in the last 5, they have lost 2 of their last 5 games in the Champions League, which is a terrible, terrible result for a team that is looking to climb up that table. So even though they are sitting 6th, Arsenal is also a very difficult team to play against. At the end of the day, Arsenal is a tough opposition, whether or not they drew to Forest. So I don't see Inter Milan coming out on top of this one with 3 points. I see Arsenal either winning this game or drawing it. So either taking a point from this game or winning it entirely. So yeah, especially because of their defense. So yeah, I see Arsenal drawing or winning this one. And then finally the Man City game. I mean, with what happened to them over the weekend, they'll be fuming whether or not they are going to Bodo Glimt to play this one. I see Man City doing all they can within their powers to annihilate this Bodo Glimt team. Mind you, Bodo Glimt is not an easy team to play, but especially because of the weather. But somebody like Erling Haaland, who sits in the top 5 highest goal scorers in the Champions League, and he has had the worst run in terms of his career playing for top 5 European clubs when you combine his playing days with Dortmund and Manchester City, where he's yet to score a goal in open play in 7 games. Difficult position for him to be in. So I feel like Bodo Glimt will be where he would want to begin to rekindle that spark, in front of goal. So I see Man City coming out of this one either with a draw or outright win.
And Haaland recapturing his form against Bodo Glimt with about 3 goals.
And I
Exactly.
was even
If
I
he
was even
if he
thinking
now
about,
doesn't score against
was
Bodo
it
Glimt, then we know something is wrong.
Okay.
Which game?
And now on Wednesday, let's start with you, Brown. And then we'll move backwards in the same, manner. Galatasaray, Atletico Madrid. Hopefully, I don't know if Osimhen has traveled back to Turkey already. There's also Juve, Benfica, and Marseille versus Liverpool's struggling. No, and the slots struggling Liverpool. What's the
I'll start with Galatasaray first. I mean, in the beginning of the competition, Galatasaray were doing very fantastic, especially with that 1-0 win against Liverpool in the earlier stages of the competition. But ever since then, they have slipped down the table, and they currently sit 18th on the table. And in their last five, they have lost two. So they need this win more than anything because they just have 9 points with only 2 games to go in the competition. So Atletico Madrid would always be a tough opposition for anybody, anytime, any day. But I feel like Galatasaray needs this win more than anything else. And for that reason, I see this game going either way. I cannot outrightly say this is going to be because Atletico, with the mentality and the kind of coach they have that strong mentality. So I see them also fighting and battling for every second ball in the game. And big congrats to Galatasaray because Victor Osimhen will be hopefully back for them for this one. So I'm expecting a very stiff game on that one. So I see it going either way. I can't really say for sure who is going to win. So it can go either way. It can go either way. And then
I agree with you.
moving
Please go ahead.
to the next game. I mean, Liverpool has been shambolic to say the least. Yes, because in the Premier League, if you remember, their last 2 games at home, they drew against Leeds United. They also drew against 19th place Burnley. So in the 60th minute, if you go back to that game, you would notice that they had lost steam in that match against Burnley, even though they were playing at home. So Liverpool has lost a lot of fire. I don't know what Arne Slot is doing. And I said something the other day that
He's
if
not
Arne
doing
Slot
anything.
if an slot sits longer, if he's able to see this season to the end, then he's obviously using voodoo on that board because I don't know what he's doing with this team. You have similar players that won the league for you, but the morale is down. You see defenders shying away from responsibility of defending. You see people like Konate, who is currently running out of contract, and you would expect that for a player that is fighting to get a new contract to be on fire. But that is not the case. So Liverpool has been terrible, terrible, terrible. And Arne Slot is still lucky that he still has a job because he should have been fired many, many weeks ago. So yeah,
Alonso is
so
coming for his job.
sorry.
Alonso is coming for his job.
So Liverpool, Marseille. Marseille, good team. De Zerbi is doing a very fantastic job with that team. And I mean, they will always score goals. Marseille will always score goals with the likes of Greenwood up front. They will always score goals. Resilient team. The fighting spirit of De Zerbi has transferred it to the players. So yeah, I see at least 2 goals in this one, but I can't say for sure who is going to win this game. So for the Galatasaray game, it can go either way. But for this Liverpool game, I see at least 2 goals in this game. Both teams will try to outshine the other. It's going to be stiff from the first minute. So I see at least 2 goals in this game. And then the last one.
Juventus Benfica.
Juventus Benfica. Juventus
That's
Juventus
Mourinho.
sitting 17th. Benfica further down the table. Juventus needs to really build off their good form. In the last 2 games they played in the Champions League, they came out with 3 points, 6 points in the last two. I feel like this is the best time to build that form and climb up that table if they will have to stand a chance to even remain in the Champions League in the next round. So I see Juventus coming out of this one with 3 points.
AY on Wednesday. Galatasaray, Atletico Madrid, Marseille, Liverpool, Chelsea, Paphos. What do you think?
Chelsea with
Okay.
Paphos.
Paphos. Let me let me start with the Chelsea Paphos. I see Paphos scoring four
Let me.
goals.
Come on. Let me, Bad Billy. Let me add
But
some
but
context for
to
you. Let
be
me add
to
some
be to be
context. Let me add
serious,
some
I
context for
say
you.
this
David Luiz
this is
actually plays for Paphos now, and he will be coming back to the bridge.
is coming to score a trick. But to be to be very serious, this should be a walkover for Chelsea. Chelsea should conveniently win this game 3-0. They should continue their win. It's still their second game at home, so it should be convenient for them. Whichever team Liam Ramsey Noah decides to put out should be
William
able
Rosinio.
to conveniently dispatch the Paphos team. So I see Chelsea winning 3-0. Then Galatasaray Madrid team. I read somewhere that immediately after our third place match, there was a private jet waiting for Osimhen and the Turkish players to take them back to Turkey. So I believe he's in Turkey. Whether it's fit enough to start remains questionable. So I see a 1-1 draw. And Marseille, Liverpool, I see both teams scoring because Liverpool's defense is nothing to write home about at the moment. And they will definitely score, but they would also concede. So I see maybe a 2-2 draw as well. So that's it.
Okay. Shola? Chelsea Paphos, Galatasaray Atletico, Marseille Liverpool, Juventus Benfica. Speak to them.
Chelsea will win with good goal margins. I say 2 or more goals. Galatasaray at home is a fortress. That stadium, they are crazy about football, so in Turkey, and so I see that to be very, very to work to their advantage. And considering that they also need that point, I would say that Galatasaray will win that match, maybe with 2-1 or 3-2. Marseille Liverpool. This will be a game of a lot of goals. Marseille is free scoring. Liverpool are free scoring. They have attacking-minded coaches. Liverpool, that's why, they are also free conceding. So both ends they will score, and of course they have Aubameyang, Mason Greenwood, our star boy. Yeah, so they're number 10 actually. So that front for Marseille is really, really tight, and of course we can say the same for Liverpool. Just Liverpool's defense. So I say, just because of the quality of the Premier League, I would say that Liverpool may narrowly win it with 1 goal margin, but it's also going to be like a lot of goals, perhaps like 3-2. I see like really, really a lot of goals, maybe like 5 goals in that match or 7 goals in that match. But you never know. But that's my prediction. Benfica, you never know what you're gonna get with Jose Mourinho, right? So they have a fantastic coach, and when you have a fantastic manager, you really cannot underestimate like that team. And of course, they need that point. They need to move up and qualify. So they really, really need that point. So just because of that, I would say that 1-0 narrow win to Benfica. I see him narrowly. Just also, I remember there was a match also that when United were like down and the Juventus were like really, 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 really good. We managed to go to Juventus and get a point. So I see Jose Mourinho replicating that same magic again with Benfica just to get the much needed points.
All right, that will be all for today on the show. I mean, watch out for the games on Tuesday and on Wednesday. And let us know your thoughts in the comment section. Do you think Chelsea will lose? Do you think Chelsea will win? Do you think Tottenham will do it again by losing against Dortmund? Or perhaps Alvaro Bola will fail to grab a winner against Monaco? Let us know in the comment section. Thank you for watching. See you on the next one.